Welcome you back, guys. Continuing from where we stopped in the previous tutorial, this time around I want to explain from this now. This is an horizontal table format, and I want to explain what a vertical is. So from our table tag, we have our tr. Then instead of the top part to be th, we just need a single th, that is the student name. Then how many names do we have here? We have 3. We have John Smith, Stephen Smile, then Steve Bose. Then so we need to just to make it fast, let me just copy the name and save, copy the name and save, copy the name and save, and paste rather. So once I save, as you can see here, let me break the table, that is break. So as you can see, this BR means break line. Now as you can see, instead of the vertical, now we have horizontal, and you can as well style it based. So let's just style it the way we did for the first one. So the style is, we set the width to be 100% once you save, as you can see. Now the second thing we have at the th part here, make sure you make use of the tr, that is table row, which forms each row. So the first thing again here is we have the student age. The first age here, we have the 13, then we have the 14. I can actually make a couple of 2 things together. So instead of, so once I save, as you can see, instead of our table being on horizontally now, sorry, this is vertical and this is horizontal. That is the data, how the data is being represented there. So the last one is the th, that is the student gender, and the first gender we have here is, we have our td to be male, we have the second td to be female, we have our last td to be male. So once you save, you get that. Now instead of this format, you can as well make use of this format. So that is that about the horizontal and the vertical table. Now another thing I'm going to explain again, let me just comment this out. So this is an HTML comment, that is, a comment is used to pass instruction to users, or if there is any part of your code you don't want, you can turn it to a comment. As you can see, it has changed it to gray, and once I save, it's going to remove the second table, so which means I don't need it, but I didn't delete the code, I may still make use of it later. So that's that. Now another thing I want you to know is, it is possible, for instance, maybe the first name here, we have maybe John. In short, maybe the name is too long, and as you can see, is once the name is long, it will automatically resize other part of the table. But you can do something in such a way that instead of resizing it depending on the size, you can actually make use of the the style attribute here, the style attribute, then you can set the width to be maybe 70%, because the total width of the table is 100, and as you can see, once you set it to be 70, the student's name is the largest part of the table. You can resize depending on your choice. So as you can see, so that is that. Let me check the time. I don't want to overload you with too much explanation. So another thing again is it is possible for you to actually add a color to any part. Now if for the th, now you can actually decide to give it a background color, and you need a selector. What is our selector here? That is the th. So we have our th. Then we need a background color of, let's make it black. You can either type the word black or you make use of the X value. So once you save, as you can see, is black, and you can as well actually to look more professional, it's ideal to just break your code down like this. So you set your color, that is the text color, to be, you can set it to be white like this, or you make use of the X value too. So, and as you can see, the background is black and the text is white. So, and another thing again is the padding and the spacing. The padding and the spacing, and this padding, it allows you to separate each cell from each other. And how are we going to do this? That is, for instance, if probably you want to separate your th and the td from each other, then we make a selector of our th, then our td, then you just make a padding of, depending on the value you want. So, and as you can see, is quite bigger than what we imagine. And you can as well make it, instead of padding, you can make it a margin too. Oh, I think nothing changed there with the margin. Okay, let's just make use of the padding. Now this padding, it means you are padding to the left, to the right, to the top, and to the bottom. Now let me show you something. Let me just comment this out. Now that is a CSS comment, as you can see. Now this padding is not going to work again, as you can see here. So which means once you add a comment, it's not readable and it's not going to work. As you can see now, it's working back. So now look, now our table is back to normal. Now like I said if you use ordinary padding, it means you are padding to the left, to the right, to the top, and to the bottom. Now look at something. We have padding left, we have 10 pixels. Once I save, you can see we have padding right, 10 pixels. I save, you can see the changes. Padding top, 10 pixel. I save. You can see that too. Then padding bottom 10 pixel. Save. As you can see. Now instead of me writing these 4 lines of code, all I need just to do is to make use of a single line. That is, this same single line, as you can see, is that once I comment out all this, the table remains the same. Do you see? It doesn't change. So which means once you padding, once you use ordinary padding, it means you padding to the left, to the right, to the top, and to the bottom. So far you need the 4 paddings. Then you don't need to stress yourself writing 4 lines of code. Then you just need to specify one single padding. And another thing again is the spacing. You can space a table. Okay, now sorry. Now instead of having that like this, let's just have it like this. Now you can as well have a border spacing, a spacing of 30 pixel. And if you save, as you can see, each cell is now being separated from each other. Now let's do something. Instead of having my TD here as well, instead of having my TD here and TH, let me just make it ordinary table selection. So I'm paste that here, and as you can see, it's still the same thing. So which means rows. So which means you are separating each table cell from each other. Now the last thing, should I say is the last thing? No. Okay, another thing again is the colspan and the rowspan. And this, let me remove this. Let me save it so to make our table look normal back. Okay, maybe I should leave the color. Yes, I can still leave the color. Now the thing is, it is possible for you, maybe for instance, now we don't need the gender name. Yes, maybe we don't need the gender name, or we have, instead of this age part now, this part, let's put another name inside. Let me just put Barkley, for instance. Now we all have Barkley. So let's imagine this is the first name and this is the last name, and both are names. So instead of us having maybe student first name and student last name, instead of this age now, for instance, if it is last name, so instead of having that, you can as well do something by just removing one. Let me remove this attribute style. Now you just need to specify something, that is colspan to be equals to 2. Sorry, you need a quote, to be equals to 2. Now once you save, as you can see, this only name is now merged with this first one and this second one. So which means if we have student first name and we have student last name before, as you can see like this, student first name and last name, and instead of just having the two header cells like this, you can just get rid of one, and instead of first name you just make this full name. Then if you save, actually it's still going to mess your table up, that is this leftover part now. So for you to occupy that, you need to just specify a colspan to be equals to 2, since you are merging with one another cell again. So another thing again is the column part, is the column, that is instead of you merging the top part like this together, you can also merge a column, sorry, a row instead. Now if this stiff pops now, here I just need to specify the rowspan, but before that let me save. As you can see there, so a rowspan to be equals to 2 as well. Then once you save, you can see this single one is representing this and this, as you can see. Now another thing is, okay, the best example for the rowspan, now let me show you something. Let me show you something nice. Now since we have backley for all, then we don't need to repeat. Then we just need only this backley, one backley. As you can see now, we need that backley. Then we just need to specify the rowspan. The rowspan to be equals to how many cells are we merging together? That is 3. Then you save. Can you see? So instead of having 3 backley, we have just 1 being merged together with others. So let me check the time again. Oops. So I think I will have to put an end to this part for now. So meet me in the next tutorial. Thank you.